Hey. I need to move this a little light, a little closer. Maybe it's a little better. Hey y'all, what's up? Y'all ain't nothing planned about this live. I'm just coming on here so I can check off some things. I can show y'all how I am playing in my planner. This is just a play in my planner moment. And check some things off. This is my Hobonichi purse planner. Hey Tia, hey Pine. So this is what my January is looking like. So what I typically do in this little part is just play with stickers, okay? So, oh, I ain't stamping this one yet. That makes me a little nervous on the Hobonichi because it don't dry that quick. So I'm gonna just show y'all how I'm using my Hobonichi. Just coming in to say hello. I'll also talk about the next set of journal prompts. Hey, Chaos and Craft. So I'll talk about the next theme for the journal prompts, which are not the same as if you are on Patreon. So if you're on Patreon, your prompts are going to be different. The next set of prompts will be totally, those are two separate things. But yeah, so y'all, this is my Hobonichi purse planner. I have yet to find a cover. Yes, I know I can probably buy a clear cover, put some little craft paper and call it a day. Just haven't done that yet. I've been looking for wallets in like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and all of that to no avail. So yeah, for right now, it's just getting scuff marks and all of that. So in the front, I did put a little pocket. I haven't really put anything in there. And then what I'm creating right here is like a little washi wall. So when I'm just putting washi in here or somewhere else and I don't feel like wasting it, it goes in that front part. I saw this a while ago on somebody's page where they did some little cute little stickers and I was like, oh, I like it, so I'm gonna do it. So all I do is just various sticker shops, something that relates to that day, it goes in there. So I went ahead and filled the rest of them in for this month. And then typically stuff right here, you can kind of put like your main focal points of the month. So I can actually go and back plan with this. Let's see, I'm looking for... if you are new to using a Hobonichi, I'm pretty sure you're figuring out all pens are not treated equally. Some will bleed, some will dry fast. It just varies. This particular pen is from, I got it from Scribbles by KP. My other pen has run out of ink that I use in here too, so I just pretty much grab what I can. But like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and just put some focal points in here so we know that I did my eye procedure. I also scheduled therapy. Well, it really should have said scheduled therapy, but I put the D, so we'll put scheduled therapy. So I'm going to just treat this as a recap right here. Hey, everybody. So basically, I'll just keep treat this as a recap. So we had the eye procedure, scheduled therapy. Oh, and then I did the road trip with my line sisters. Okay, so I'm going to put cabin trip. So I would say that those are pretty much my main focal points from this month. It's not all of it. I also, matter of fact, my godson spent the night. So actually, I did way more. Sometimes I don't give myself enough credit for what I do within 1 month. So Grant stayed over. So yeah, I'm still finding my, well, I think I've almost found the rhythm with the Hobonichi, how I like it. Again, like I said, this mainly goes inside of my purse. So this is just the fun aspect where I can just play with stickers all day long. And then I decided so far for January, maybe February as well, I did not want to use stickers per se. So I got this a little bit after December because y'all know prior in the beginning of the year, I was talking cash money like I wasn't going to get a new Hobonichi for 2020. But, you know, Mari determined that that was a lie. So I did end up getting a new one. So I started on the 13th. I may go back and back plan. May not, you know, whatever. But what I decided is inside of the weeks, I wanted it to be more, am I in frame? Yeah, because I feel like, oh, I am. I wanted it to be more pen to paper versus stickers. I will have a little washi on some strips, but I have decided that I'm going to keep an affirmation at the top somewhere. And this layout may change, but more than anything, it's pretty much pen, habit trackers, little lists, stuff like that. So over here is just pretty much everything that I did that week. I don't know why I didn't go back and check it off, but whatever. And then I may have a list some weeks not, but I'm kind of liking the flow of this. So this is how I am using my Hobonichi. Is anybody else on here? Do y'all use a Hobonichi? Do you have any questions about a Hobonichi? You can go ahead and ask and I'll let y'all know. So this is the first week that I started. Some of my favorite things to use in the weekly section is always going to typically be a gray mild liner, a black pen, and red and green to do my habit trackers. So this has made it pretty simple for me. Nothing too much. So we'll flip to the next week. I did end up slicing my page. You have to be very gentle with these pages because they do not have any forgiveness. None at all. Okay, so then I decided, oh, okay, I think it'd be cute to track some weather. So I pulled up, like, I don't even look at it for clothing purposes. It was just something to do. So I split it up, did the weather. And then again, I'm just going in, putting certain things. Sometimes it fills up, sometimes it doesn't. Again, like I said, this week I affirmed, put my goals. Oh, did I get 7? Yeah, I did. Hold on, let's check that off. So that's a win. And then we're going to go ahead and X that part off because that was a loss. So we didn't declutter anything. All right, so let's just go on and keep it real. No need to lie to the goals. All right, so we'll X that out. And then I just created a note section. So once I got into this week, I decided that I want to see my word of the year. So that's going to kind of motivate me. That's what it's supposed to do, is motivate me. So I put my word of the year, then some notes, and then my habit tracker. So currently in this particular week, which was last week, I was tracking my skincare, workout, hydrate, read 1 hour, and bedtime by 12 a.m. The week before, I feel like I was tracking the same. Yes. So now we're going to go into this current week. And what I'm tracking is a little more extensive. Because I had some little assignments given to me. So my tracking is a little different. So what we'll do while we're on here is go ahead and fill in what I can for Wednesday. And then I'll come up with whatever affirmation I feel like I want to affirm this week. Or I may just go into my journal and pull out one of the affirmations that I already have, okay? So what I do is green is for go, red is for no. That's pretty much how I track. I don't make it too difficult. Keep it pretty simple. And so that's what we're going to do with that, all right? So skincare, I did that this morning and this evening. I actually did a lace mask. It was a rose water hydration mask. It was wonderful. Did I sleep 7 hours? We won't know until tomorrow. Will I be in bed before 11? We can't answer that until tomorrow. Did I work out? Yep, nope, sure did not, y'all. Your girl didn't work out today. No excuses, and I'm just not going to, so I'm not going to pretend. Did I hydrate today? I did. And so then I have something that says 1 cup of coffee. So I now have to track how many cups of coffee I have. So pretty much I am only allotted 1 cup of coffee per day. So I have to check out if it's green, that means I stayed within the range of 1 cup or no cups of coffee. If it goes red, that means that I had more than 1 cup of coffee. So we're cool with that. I only had 1 cup. Read for an hour. Can't answer that yet. That's the goal tonight. Did I do the warm compresses on my eye? I did 2 already. I'm going to do 3 for good measure. I am now instructed to take a multivitamin to see if that helps with my anxiety, my fatigue, all of the above. Hey, how are you? And so I did take my vitamin today. And then breathing exercises. I have to do meditation and breathing exercises. I actually did that today. I did not fight that. So far the green is outweighing the red. So these are the things that I personally track. If you want to get into habit tracking, I would suggest starting small. You don't necessarily have to have 15 things to track, okay? If you know that you're not going to keep up with it, don't go along to get along. If it just needs to be 1 to 2 things that you're tracking per week, that's fine. I have these specifically because it's something to track so I can focus on how my anxiety is doing and all this great stuff, okay? Just girl, got to do the work. So that's what I'm tracking. Thank you. Okay, and so then we have goals that I did not write in for this week. So let's go ahead and do that. So one of my goals, which I actually did before I got on here, is to schedule my nail appointment. Now, as far as my pedicure that we talked about in that video earlier today, that's just I can walk in and I just got to make sure my old little lady is there. Okay, because if my old little lady is not there, then I'm going to have to walk on out the door because she's the only one that can, restore my feet back to where they need to be. So that hopefully I'll be able to get done next week as well. Do you keep a separate monthly tracker or do you just keep it weekly? I just keep it weekly right here. And I actually have 2 different trackers, right? So this is my purse tracker. I tried it in my catch-all planner and it just to me wasn't as effective. So I have it in here, and then I have a therapy journal that I keep certain stuff in. So when I go to my sessions, I can just open it up versus pulling out 50 million notebooks. So I keep those in those 2 spots. So we have scheduled my nail appointment. I did that already. Okay, and then y'all really, my other goal is to calculate all of my earnings. So I need to calculate all of my earnings for this month. In February, y'all will start seeing me kind of talk about finances. Now, listen, I ain't no budget channel. I ain't going to pretend like I'm no budget channel. Your girl don't even know what a budget look like in her life. But I do want to show the component of me working towards some of my financial goals. And, they ain't all cute, okay? And I feel like in order for me to get some stuff done, I do well with accountability on the forefront. So I need to, be real honest with myself. And so self in January had a couple of compulsive buys. And yeah, so I feel like if I see it and y'all be like, so Adrian, you really bought some more planner stuff that you didn't need, then, I can fix my life. That's my thought process right now. Yeah, so T, just start really, really small. So perhaps just start with 1 or 2. Look at your goals that you set this year, if you've set any, and if you have, kind of break it down by quarters, and then look at those small goals and say, maybe this month I'm going to track if I read, or I'm going to track if I met my steps, whatever those 1 to 2 goals are. And then as your months go, if you feel like, okay, I'm comfortable tracking one more thing, then you can do that. And that actually coincides with y'all goals, by the way, for y'all that are working on goal setting and accomplishing your goals. You can create a tracker to track whatever specific goal that you're working on. All right, so we have that. So we say we're going to go in and, oh yeah, I did my weather again. So I think this is going to be something I roll with for right now, just because it's cute, no other reason. And I think that's it as far as that. And then over here, you'll see me kind of write different things that I need to do. So here's practice. So I'm going to go in and put some of the stuff that I can remember offhand. And then I know I need to work. And so, yeah, remember Friday is the last day. So where I have calculate earnings, I really need to be doing that on the 31st because that would actually help me see what I did in January versus December, and then project what I'm more than likely going to make in February, but also push that goal a little bit higher, right? So that's my whole purpose for calculating my earnings. And I am going to subtract everything that I spent that I actually tracked, so I can kind of check myself on am I spending too much? And the answer to that is yes. And then B, where can I cut some of that spending out? So we're going to go in here, and remember I need to record and calculate. And so in theory, if I wanted this to be my overall planner, I could, but I'm not really ready to give up all the planners in my life. Even though I have cut back drastically, I'm just not ready. So I'm just not. So we have that. Then on Sunday, Saturday, Friday, and tomorrow, I need to work in the salon. I also need to, and so what you'll notice in my purse planner, it kind of keeps up with everything. If it's work, it's no strategy. I'm not breaking it apart. These are just reminders that I need. Take vinyl. All right, and so that's that. All right, so that was a quick fill in, right? If it's anything else that you need, you can. Another thing that you could do, again, it doesn't matter if you use a Hobonichi or a regular planner, whatever you're using, y'all, you can take the same approach and just put things in different sections, right? So if you wanted to, you could, for some people, it's good for them to see everything that they're doing within that week. If you wanted to track what you spent per day, you could create a grid right here and how much you spent on Monday through Sunday. I do think I'm going to incorporate that next week on here. I think I am. In my mind, that's what I'm gonna do. So you can track your spending, you can track your errands, you can track your list, and then if you have a Hobonichi, remember you have this section in the back. I bought the Mega simply because I like to journal, list make, and all of those things, so I'll be using that for that. We'll do something on here in the back before we get off. All right, so let's go see what affirmation I want to pull from. We're going to go to the affirmation page in my journal. And that would be, no, I'm looking in the wrong journal. So we're going to pull this from the goals journal. All right, so this is the affirmation page. And so all I'm going to do is, let's see, we're going to see what I want to write on here. Okay, so I do want to focus on my mindset with money this week because, yeah, last week I was in a funky mood, and part of that was because I did not revisit my affirmations and say them aloud and or see them on the daily. So I do want to make sure that I focus that. And so I think I'm going to do number 6, which reads, I release all negative energy over money. I have a very healthy relationship with money. I treat money with respect and handle it with confidence. Ooh, girl, I'm about to be writing real small. Okay, so I'm going to get real quiet on y'all for a second. Let me write this in, and then we'll chat about it. All right, so that's my affirmation that I wrote in. Right there again, I'll reread it. It says, I release all negative energy over money. I have a very healthy relationship with money. I treat money with respect and handle it with confidence, okay? And so the reason I need to read this again is because every time I want to go in a store and spend money on things that I don't need, example, a sticker book of flowers, right? And that money could have been nurtured and placed elsewhere to put me in a better financial situation, then I need to read stuff like this, all right? So what I'm going to do to kind of highlight that is just take a green highlighter or pen and make that a little focal point to stick out. I believe I really want like a neon looking color. I'm gonna do these two neon looking colors. Yeah, T, that used to be my thing. Like if you bite too much off, you do get upset and you pretend it don't exist and the problem does not go away and the habits do not change. So here's the thing, a habit can be good or bad. Whether you do what you're supposed to do or you don't, that habit still coincides one way or the other. All right, so all I'm going to do, y'all, is kind of look at some of these little squares and then just do every other, just kind of highlight it so it sticks out. And so I will tell y'all, Hobonichis are not for everybody. This paper is extremely thin. So often a lot of people do not like it, and I get it. It does have ghosting and shadowing, so don't go out in these streets trying to buy this because it looks like, ooh, she makes it look so amazing. I think I want one. No, you don't. If you don't like thin paper, just get you some grid paper that's real thick and you can create the same look. If you have a happy planner, go on and get some grid paper and turn it into what you need to turn it in. Whatever planners you have, work with what you have, okay? And again, I just wanted that to kind of, highlight around it. Is it necessary? No, I just like it. Okay, so that's that. So remember, we have those two goals and then reminders and notes. So I can go in here. Remember, I already scheduled my nail appointment, so I can just go in and put nail appointment for Monday. And then I'll put the time later. You don't need to put everything on social media right at the time. All right, so we have nail appointment for Monday. And then I know that I have a therapy appointment on Wednesday. And then it's it's also my sister's birthday. And yeah, so that's that, right? So those are just small little reminders and notes. I don't think anything else is super major next week. And so, for example, I don't know if y'all can see, you can kind of see the shadowing from the weeks before. So again, that ain't everybody thing, but like once you start writing on top of it the next week, you really can't see it. So it's just totally up to you. Now let's flip to the back and kind of see what I do in the back of here. So the back, y'all, it's just like, sometimes I just like to play in stickers, y'all. Like, that's it. I just like to play in stickers. So again, I wanted the focal point of this to be real life stuff. And then I wanted this to be, let me just put some stickers down and play in. Hold on, disclaimer for some of y'all getting y'all feelings. I'm not saying you don't have real life stuff going on if you're playing stickers. What I'm just saying is your girl was playing in stickers too much that I wasn't getting stuff done in my real life, okay? Just talking about myself, all right? So back here, like I said, I just have some stickers, some little quotes, playing in washi, whatever I feel like doing back here, okay? It'll be a journal moment. Then, we went into the list making, which is my February brain dump. Now, this brain dump will definitely help me during the weeks, right? So I'll look and say, okay, this is February. Is there anything that I can take from this list and go ahead and put in certain weeks? And obviously, yes, I'll be able to, but everything will not transfer to each week. I can come back here and kind of check some things off, right? So that's one thing that I would put in here. Then I would also, so I'm going to leave this page right here just for some notes. So for example, when I file my taxes, I can kind of put some notes or whatever I need to do, and I don't necessarily have to put it on the front. Over here, so that's my February brain dump. Because I didn't break it down into January last month, which I could really write January and call it a day and make it seem like I meant that, I am going to go ahead and create a February divider. So that's what we're going to do right here. So of course, we're going to pull out some good old flowers. And I'm going to create February. So I don't know what this page is going to look like. I just go with the flow. Again, if you are a Hobonichi user, you know that stickers are not forgiving. So if your sticker does not go down right, just deal with it. Because trying to pull it up, you will rip some pages up. All right, so we are going to put a couple of stickers down. I never know what my pages are going to look like, y'all. This is just the therapeutic part for me. Most of you will know that yellow will show up somewhere on my page. All right. And so let's see, we're going to do a little bit of washi. So I went on this little, I didn't even go on a real, what's this stuff? Simply Gilded Binge. I just bought a couple of rolls and I'm on the quest to use these rolls up. And so remember when I said I have like an extra piece? I just flip this over to the front and just put that down. So I can't wait till that fill in. All right, so as I'm creating this page, for y'all that are not shy, how did your goals go for January? Did you accomplish anything, or is something halfway done, or did you even just start? It doesn't matter if you didn't finish it. Remember, you can transfer those goals to the next month as long as you're working on them. That's progress. All goals will not be completed in the first month. The whole goal is to just get started. Oh, that is so pretty, but that is not going to go with this. Let's see. What else is he going to do? All right, I think I'm going to pull this purple in. Okay, so you had a no spend goal. You didn't get there, but you spent a lot less. So that's progress, right? So celebrate that small win. Okay, you got a craft room going. Awesome, awesome. See? And that's the thing, y'all, with your goals, everything doesn't have to be so massive. I think when people think of goals, a lot of people relate all their goals to money and they kind of forget about themselves. So, I like to break mine down in categories. It can be money. Self-care is definitely a huge one on mine. Family. And just make sure the goals are realistic and the goals are yours. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. I know some of you all have seen my post on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. It's Journal Jot and Jive. I'm on Instagram, so all of that's on Instagram. It's Journal Jot and Jive pretty much goes across the board, okay? So next month's journal prompts are called Dear Social Media. And so I've literally sat on these prompts for a minute. Like I've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, Friday of last week, I was like, boom, that's going to be the journal prompts, because I was initially going to revisit friendships. If you have been rocking with me from the beginning, some of you may remember when we did the friendship. Yeah, I think this is so dry. I don't even think this worked, but I'm going to try it. We did the friendship prompts, which went over very, very well. We are going to revisit friendship prompts, just not now. Okay. So then I went back and forth. I was like, oh, well, I can do one on fitness because we're in the first half of the year where everybody's like, ooh, I want to lose weight. But then I figured March would be a better point for the fitness, health, and wealth part, because that's when most people are going to try to fall off the wagon. So I can pull y'all back on the wagon in March. So I said, okay, well, social media. And I was just doing reflection on myself, and some of the questions that I was asking myself, I was like, man, like this would actually be a good series for a lot of us, right? And so this was Friday. So then Sunday happens, and I'm not going to even go into details with the whole Sunday thing, y'all, because I'm going to wait on that, because I do have some opinions on Sunday. But all I will say is it confirmed that the journal prompts for social media are much needed. So, oh, awesome to leave. Make sure you do your self-care for real. I did mine earlier today, so enjoy your self-care. The replay will stay up. So yeah, y'all, so that's where Dear Social Media came from. It's going to be some uncomfortable questions. It's going to be some thought-provoking questions. It's going to be some you gonna check yourself questions. No, they're not all gonna be easy. No, they're not gonna all be comfortable, but they are eye-opening. And like I said, a lot of them are based off of things that I've experienced personally, and I like to share my experiences and turn them into journal prompts. So I am excited. All right, so let's write February in here. And where are we writing home, girl? Didn't think that through. Yeah, so it's going to be a side. We're going to write it across. Yeah, this is going to be a little different. So Gina, I don't know if I should tell you since you're trying to stay out of Michael's, but it's flowers. It's called flowers. Yeah, I was supposed to stay out of Michael's too, girl. Be strong, be strong. I am just a sucker for flowers. So yeah, y'all, social media is gonna be one of them. Yeah, I really have not been buying anything Happy Planner, but like flowers will get me every single time. Every single time. Oh man, did I mix ink on here? Hold on. I did. Oops. Okay, let me keep it on this side. I need to get that little bit of ink off of that other side. And so now I need a black pen that is a little thicker. Where is it? It was just staring me in the face. If it was the snake, it would bite me. Sure would. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the journal prompts are basically prompts that I come up with. I sell them through another site, so I always kind of link the sites. And pretty much it'll be a theme base. So, for example, in January, the prompts were basic. What were the prompts? The prompts in January were jumpstarting your year. And it was basically talking about goal setting. And I kind of gave you some questions and some things that you can do to set your goals. And then the second one was for self-care. And so those prompts will I always give you in the beginning prompts definitions to define basically words based around what we're talking about. So you'll define those, and then I'll give different questions in different categories. Sometimes there may be a quote on the page, and they're PDF downloadables. So that's what happens with the journal prompts. I've been doing them for roughly, is it 3 years, y'all? If one of my if y'all been with me from the beginning, let me know. I think it's been 3. Feels like 3. 3 years. Yes, you can still purchase the ones from this month. So what I did this year, last year I would date them, and this year I was like, okay, let's not date them, and then that way I can keep them on the site. The other ones are all dated, and I ain't feel like going and editing. So moving forward, I just made sure that I don't necessarily date them or put the year. Sure, you can ask the price. They're $10. They're $10. I started with the $20. But I did 10, so they're pretty much going to be 10. And then I have patrons on Patreon where they either pay 10 or 25, but that's going to actually adjust. Patrons, we're going to talk about that. That's going to adjust in second quarter, and we'll talk about how we're going to deal with that, because I need to change the shift of Patreon so it feels a little different from the regular journal prompts, but that's going to be another live. All right, so I'm going to go in here. And so the whole goal of the journal prompts that I give y'all, like, yes, sure, you can go on Pinterest and find free journal prompts. And I know that's probably the thought process of some people, like, oh, girl, please pay you for that. I'm just going to charge my worth. It just is what it is. You can go find surface level journal prompts, and that's what I call surface level. So surface level may be, what color was the sky today, right? I may come back and say, when you viewed the sky, what did you have on? What were you looking at? How did it make you feel? What emotions were you feeling when you looked at the sky? What did it remind you of? So that's the difference in my prompts, right? I'll do more in-depth prompts to the point like you have to literally think and answer the questions, versus if I say, how was your day today? Like if somebody says, how was your day? They might ask me, how was my day? My answer with a question like that typically is going to be, it was all right. It was okay. It was great. Well, what about your day makes it great? Who was a part of that process to make your day great? Most people don't know how to move past that one word answer. I'm just a journal strategist that's going to force you to kind of think a little bit deeper. So that's what I do, y'all. That's what I do. All right, so that's February. And then somewhere on here, one of my goals is to keep my word of the year in front of me. Do any of you all have a word of the year? Okay, so what are y'all words of the year? And if you have a word of the year, are you applying it to the things that you're doing on a weekly basis, or did you just pick a word of the year because everybody else is doing it? That was a journal prompt for you. Okay, so you got reveal and acceptance. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Relentless. And so just make sure when you're choosing your words, you know your why. You don't have to put it in the box. Make sure you know what it means and how it applies to your life and in what areas you're applying it to. I love flourish. And so here's the thing, right? Your word may change throughout the year. You're not bound to a word for the entire year. I'm pretty sure some people believe that. No, I don't post the journal prompts. I sell the journal prompts. Periodically, you might see me post one. So, like today, I literally posted an example because I do realize people are probably like, she's selling prompts. Why am I going to buy the prompts? And I had to put myself in the seat of a consumer. So, like each month, I'm probably going to give a sneak prompt, but I don't really post a lot of prompts on there. You just might see a lot of my journal entries on my Instagram. So I'm letting that dry. One of the things that I like is the imperfection when I do my highlighters sometimes. Oh, yes, the link is on Instagram. I have a link tree link in there, so it'll link you to the journal prompt page. It sure is. Okay, let's pull in that. Y'all see that little blue? I think we should try to pull that in somewhere. Yes, KIC, and that works, right? So for you, you have more than one word. So you can apply it wherever it needs. I could actually pick different words for each category. If y'all have watched the video for the 3 F's, then you kind of know what I mean as far as different categories. If you did not watch it, go check it out. Check it out. But in a short synopsis, it's basically the 3 F's that most people focus on when they set their goals. Is going to be family and friends. That's going to be your first one. You're going to have finance and fitness. So I could actually pick a word for each one of those categories. You're welcome, Ms. D. All right, so let's just pull a little bit of this blue in. I like the word becoming as well. That's a deep one too. Let's see if I have a doll that matches the colors. Oh, I'm gonna pick this doll, y'all, because I mean she ain't natural, but I'm about to go back natural in February. So I like her little low cut. And I wear my hair low anyway, y'all. Like I don't even when I go natural, y'all will probably never see me with. Y'all will probably never see me with super long hair. Okay, so action is my word of the year. And so this will serve as my divider for, I don't know, is there a, oh, I'm like, why did I put that right there? Yeah, so this will serve as my divider for February. So anything behind here will just be different lists. It may be a grocery list. It may be something about fitness or any notes that I need. So that's going to be my page. I don't think I'm going to really add anything else on it. I don't feel like it really needs anything else. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I think I'll be doing too much if I do anything else. So that would be that page. And then, like I said, anything back here will pertain to February. I do know that I'll be incorporating meatless Mondays, so I'm probably going to find a recipe and kind of write it back there. I do have a section in my catch-all planner that I'll write it, but let's just say I find the recipe, I'll go ahead and write it. So if I'm out at the store, I can pull this out of my bag and look at the list of items on there. So yeah, I am going to do that. So I'm excited about incorporating that again. And oh yeah, y'all know what I need to make? What's our time on here? Oh, I ain't even been on here an hour, so y'all might get one more page. I need to do a coffee list page. This may be the coffee page. I think it's gonna be the coffee page. So I'm gonna put something in between this because I don't feel like it's completely dry. Again, if you are new to a Hobonichi, all pens are not treated equally. So in the event you think it may smudge, just put a little sheet so the smudge can happen on that page. All right, so we're going to make this our coffee shop page. And I did try a new coffee shop. And I would like to try, that is not the kind of E I wanted to do, but we're going to roll with it. I would like to try 12 shops, but I'll probably try more than 12 for sure. And let's see, where's my little black? So yeah, if you have a Hobonichi, y'all, use it. Y'all know these little puppies ain't cheap. Have fun with it. Use it how you want. And just because everybody in the world is not using it doesn't mean that you can't continue to use what you like. You don't have to hop on every train or every stop that everybody is on. Especially if you know it's something that you don't like. Yeah, don't go out there buying that stuff. All right, so I know that I went to a coffee shop. Why can't I remember the name of the coffee shop? So let me see if I can look it up real quick. I know it was. I know it was in Stone Mountain. Thank you. Oh man, y'all, what is that? Oh, there it is. Alcove. Okay. So I don't know if I want to date when I went to the coffee shop, or I don't know. I don't know. And so this coffee shop, it was just okay. The only thing that was cute to me was the sign on the outside. Like, it's not a I would go back type of shop. So I think what I want to do with the coffee shop page is pretty much put the name of the coffee shop and if I'll return, and then what area of town I was in, because I do plan on when I go to different states to try coffee shops as well. So let's do that. And so I would probably give it 3 stars. And so for me, 3 stars. Yes, I did say Stone Mountain. So yeah, for me, 3 stars is a strong. Yeah, we good on that. We don't need to go back. Nah, we ain't gonna go back to that one. So that's that one. Leah, y'all, I just realized we didn't try a new shop when we were in Pigeon Forge. All right, so that's it. That's gonna be that one. And so that was in January. So maybe I should put when I attend, not the actual date, but the month. So let's just put January over here. We really didn't. That sucks. That coffee probably would have been good too. Oh, that would be cute, Ash. I like that. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to do that next time. I'm going to do that. I have to look up a doodle on how to draw a coffee bean. Do I have a sticky note? Let me put that. So. Right, so that'll be my little note to myself next time I draw one in. Thanks for that idea. Okay, so y'all, I started my coffee page. That excited me. I really should do, and I don't think I'm doing that tonight. I should also do a page for new restaurants that I try this year, and I can actually put some down for when I went out of town the other week. And then actually another one I went to earlier this month. So I do have a couple of places that I could put down. So that'd be cool. So yeah, I'll definitely rate these with coffee beans. That would be cool. And I really need a picture of a coffee cup. Let's see what books I have up here. Awesome. I'm glad you got some new ideas out of it. Yeah, I know how I feel. Shop your stash, pull out your stuff. Y'all probably have so many things sitting around the house that you can use in your planners, your journals, whatever you have. And I know out of all 8,000 sticker books, I got a cup of coffee. It's just probably not going to be the coffee that I like. But that's all right. Let's see. I probably could draw a coffee cup. How else and ever. We're going to put that little magic cup, and then I'm just going to draw a little dark line. It's something, yeah, it's something about lines that I like seeing the page kind of pop. And then after we do this, I think that's going to be it, y'all. I was actually going to record a video on the Hobonichi, but I didn't feel like editing. So I said, let me just come live. And so that just kind of made it stick out just a little bit more. And so that's that. So we have coffee, please. We have the beginning of that. This page, I have yet to discover what I'm going to do with that. We have our February brain dump. We have our February divider, and then everything that's going to go behind here, recipes, list, whatever you name. These are also good for like small journal moments if you're out and let's just say you kind of want to remember some things that you want to put in your actual journal. You can kind of just keep a bullet point list. Like, let's say you went, I like to people watch. So let's just say you were in the coffee shop, for example. I could pretty much tell you who was sitting in front of me when I went to the coffee shop. There were two ladies. There were three guys on the right hand side. They were speaking Polish. The lady in the coffee shop told me that it was closing early. There was a young lady behind me saying the F word every 5 seconds, and the guy sitting with her was a little annoyed. The weather was kind of warm. Someone littered a cup on the outside. So I'm very descriptive in my journal writing. So those are the type things that you would kind of see if you ever had privy to my journal entries, right? So I might just jot all those little different things. And I haven't even written that journal entry. And I'm just telling you off the top of my head what I saw going into the coffee shop. Matter of fact, the lady that took my order was gone before the coffee shop closed. She was skirting out on 2 wheels out of that parking lot. So yeah, that's why I love kind of going to coffee shops, little small restaurants, and sitting, observing, and just writing about how I felt about being in that moment. So those are the type of things that I do. So one day we'll probably do I really want to do a descriptive writing journal entry with you all on a live, but just kind of a topic that we can all do. I don't know if we can just watch one clip, and I would love to see how everybody's journal entry comes out differently based on their perception of the things that they saw. All right, y'all. So that was fun for me. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Hope you pulled out your journals and your planners as I was sitting on here rambling and planning. Let's put this back in here so we remember the next coffee shop I need to rate with coffee beans. And then that's that. So again, last recap for anybody that's coming on the tail end. And if you speed through videos like I do, some of y'all might speed to the end. You have your monthly pages. So what I do with my monthly pages in my Hobonichi, I just use stickers, something that's going to remind me of each day. And then, so that's the month. In the front, this is my washi wall. I don't want to waste no washi, so it's going right there. We go into my weeks. I won't be using stickers in my weeks, pretty much pen, highlighter, and color coding systems. Every now and then you may see a little bit of washi at the bottom, and the layout may change a little bit. And then we go to the back of the book where I can keep my notes, journal entries, list, and all of the above. All right, so that is how I am using my Hobonichi. Hopefully, if you are new to Hobonichi, you got a couple of ideas. Be mindful of watching 8,000 Hobonichi videos. Take what you want, discard the rest. Your Hobonichi does not have to be perfect as long as it's doing the job for you. That is all that matters. And yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and read so I can check off green tomorrow instead of red on that reading line. So y'all have an amazing night. If you're interested in the journal prompts, you can check out my Instagram page and click on that link. You can buy the 2 current ones, and then the social media one will be available this Saturday on the 1st by noon, okay? So I will chat with y'all later. If you like this video, hit that like button so YouTube knows where to put me in the algorithm. Good night.